Hey you guys, it's Serena Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be filming the ultimate baddie on a budget drugstore slash affordable base routine. I've been wanting to film this video for a hot minute now. I literally have a amazing drugstore base routine that I want to show you guys and show you guys that you can be a baddie but still on a budget. Because honestly, you guys, there's nothing wrong with drugstore makeup. A lot of the products that I do have, even in my daily makeup routine, are drugstore slash affordable products. And it just goes to show that you don't need a lot of high-end makeup products to be a baddie. You feel me? If you guys are not subscribed to my channel already, what are you doing? Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I do upload on here every single Sunday. Also, make sure you guys click that bell notification button so you're notified every single time I upload a brand new video. If y'all like this type of video, shoot. If y'all like me, then be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. It helps out my channel so much. Also, there's a new feature called like the hype feature. Make sure y'all click that little button as well. And also leave me a comment down below. Y'all know I don't bite. And also don't forget to follow me on all my other social media sites. I will have them all linked down below. To start off this routine, I'm gonna go into primer. I do like to use a couple. This first one is from Maybelline. This is the Maybelline Grippy Serum Primer. I really like this one because it is like a serum primer, so it is going to give you that hydration that your skin needs, but it's also going to make sure that your makeup lasts. It says it can last up to 24 hours. So yeah, that's a pretty long time. I'm going to go ahead and just take a couple or a few syringes of this and put it all over my skin and just rub it in. And it also gives your skin like a really nice glow as well, as you guys can see. And this primer is super duper sticky, so you don't necessarily need this second one, but y'all know me. Okay, I'm extra. I'm gonna go in next with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Specifically, I'm gonna take this one in my T-zone, because child, them oils throughout the day can get you. Okay, they'll creep up on you. I'm gonna go ahead and just rub this in my T-zone. And baby, if your primer ain't doing this, then throw it away. Next up, I'm gonna go into some color corrector and some concealer just to correct any like dark spots or blemishes on my skin. I'm gonna first go into this corrector from Morphe. This is the Wake Up Artist Under Eye Corrector in the shade Papaya. Now, I know some people say, oh, Morphe isn't drugstore, babe. It's on the drugstore slash affordable side of Ulta, so it is. And this is like a drugstore slash affordable, so not every item you're gonna be able to get from CVS, so don't get your panties in a knot. I'm gonna go ahead and take this on basically any spots that I do want to kind of color correct or conceal prior to putting on my like base products. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take my painted sponge. It is damp. I'm gonna just take this and tap over the corrector to blend it in. And then right on top of it, I'm going in with my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I'm only gonna take a little bit of this, like I said, just to put on top of it to kind of correct the darkness and to kind of make my skin almost one color, as much as a one color of a complexion as I can. Makeup is just that, girl. Like, imagine not having makeup in your life. Like, what would you do? What would humanity do? Like, obviously, I'm not the type of girl that's like, oh, I need makeup to walk out of the house, but like, you guys, makeup is just that, girl. Like, it's like a shapeshifter, you know? Okay, now that we're looking nice and covered, let's go ahead and move on to our base. For our base, I'm gonna go in with this. Now, this is a skin tint, although I personally use it as a foundation. This is the e.l.f. skin tint, the Halo Glow one. I have it in the shade 12 Tan Cool. Now, personally for me, I don't need a full coverage foundation. However, if you do want a more full coverage foundation, which I do love for like my full glam kind of days, I would definitely recommend the Maybelline 30-Hour Wear Foundation. That one is chef's kiss. Now, don't get me wrong, I love that foundation down, but I feel like for more like my everyday makeup days, like for my everyday base days, I'm probably gonna go for this if I'm picking from the drugstore. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and just drip this onto my face. Be careful though, because it does drip mighty fast. And then I'm gonna take my sponge and just go ahead and blend her in. This one is going to give you a more like dewy finish, so if you're not with that, then I probably would recommend the Maybelline one over this. But you guys, it really doesn't matter because I put a whole bunch of powder on my face anyway, so by the end of my makeup routine, this whole base is gonna look matte, if that makes sense. Unless you're the type of girly who doesn't set her face with powder or doesn't use a lot of powder and you want that dewy look, this would definitely work for you. But either way, I set my entire face with powder, so it's gonna be matte by the end of this routine anyway. And don't forget that neck, honey. We do not want to get clocked in these streets. Y'all just look at this base. Like, it literally looks like I have a foundation on. For liquid bronzer, I'm gonna go into this one from e.l.f. This is their Camo liquid bronzer in the shade 8 Deep Intense. Now I'm gonna take this one on the perimeters of my face. I like to put it here because it just adds a whole bunch of warmth and like more dimension to my skin. Because if you do not apply a cream bronzer, then your face is just gonna look flat and one-dimensional rather than adding adding this is gonna add that, you know, dimension back to your face. And I also get a lot of questions on like, oh, why do you add all these cream products underneath your powder when the powder is just gonna go on top of it and cover it all up anyways, you know? Which I get it. If you're not really like into makeup like that, you probably wouldn't understand, you know, why someone would be doing this. Like, it probably wouldn't make sense. But basically what adding creams underneath your powder does is add longevity and just add layers to your makeup, especially because a lot of your layers can fade throughout the day. So having that cream layer underneath your powder is really gonna make it last and have that longevity aspect to your full face. But I'm telling y'all, trust me, try it out. I know I used to not be a cream girly. I never wore like cream bronzers or cream blushes maybe like a year and a half ago. But ever since I started doing it, you guys, I really never looked back. Adding those creams just adds an extra layer of just goodness, honey. Next up for cream blush, we have another banger. These are also from e.l.f. I also love their liquid blush line as well, you guys. They're super creamy, super pigmented, and they blend really well into your skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my deepest color first. This one is in the shade Coming In Hot Pink. It's a really pretty, like it says, hot pink color. I'm gonna take this one first right here. I like to put my cream and liquid blushes starting at my temple area, just because I do have like more prominent higher cheekbones. So starting it higher up will kind of like make my face just look more cohesive and more lifted. And then I'm gonna go in with this second color to add like a little bit of an ombre effect. You totally don't need to do this. It's not necessary. But like I said in the beginning, y'all know I'm extra. This one is in the shade Bold Face Lilac. So I'm gonna take this one and put it just right here, period. And then I'm just gonna go in and blend these two together. Y'all, look at that beautiful color that it made. See, this is why I love mixing together my products, my liquid blushes, all of that, because you can just make your own concoction and just make your own makeup, kind of. Not literally, but y'all know what I mean. And I also like to take a little bit underneath my eye as well. We're gonna cover it with concealer after this step anyway, so it doesn't really matter that it's under there. It's just gonna give it like a little pop of pink underneath the concealer. So try it out, try it out. Like, y'all cannot tell me this isn't starting to look like a high-end makeup routine. Like, tell me not. Next up, we're gonna go into some concealer. Y'all know, again, I got two. This first one is from L'Oreal. This is the Infallible 24-Hour Full Wear Concealer. I'm gonna take this one underneath my eyes and just anywhere that I really wanna conceal. So I usually take my concealer underneath my eyes, obviously to conceal, but also to brighten. I'm also gonna take some on the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, my upper lip, and then also my chin. I'm gonna go back into my Instant Age Rewind concealer from Maybelline and add a little bit to this concealer just to make it a little bit more skin-like and blend in with my skin a little bit better, since this Maybelline concealer is a little bit more of my shade. And then to add some brightness, I'm gonna go in with this concealer. This is from JCat Beauty. This is their Stay Surance concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and take this right in my very inner corner, since it is the brightest color that I have here. This is gonna make sure that my under eye is very, very bright, just how I like it. And if you're not really a bright under eye girly, that's totally okay. You can totally skip this step. You don't need to add a brightening concealer if it's not your thing. But honey, if you are, oh, you're in for a treat. Then I'm gonna go in with my painted sponge and take it to blend in my concealer. And y'all, the blend on this is finna be immaculate. Like, I'm gonna blow you away. And that's the thing about drugstore products, you guys. A lot of the times you really just need to try the product, because, you know, most times I get it, you know, drugstore products get a bad rep sometimes because they can be a little bit, and you just never really know. But for the most part, if you're getting these products at like an Ulta, CVS, Walgreens, usually they have a good return policy. And I know a lot of people don't like returning makeup, or they're skeptical about it, but you guys, these companies are literally billion, million, gajillion dollar corporations and conglomerates. They could probably care less that you're returning a $12 concealer that you didn't really fuck with, you know? So it's fine, you guys. Don't feel the returner's guilt. I do like to save my under eyes for last, because they do get the most coverage this way and the most tackiness by just sitting. So if you do have a concealer that's not the best coverage, try that hack. Let it sit on your face for a couple minutes while you blend out the other areas of concealer on your face. I'm also blending the edges of that concealer out onto my blush. And as you can see, you can still see my blush peeking through, so it's not completely covered. And it's literally such a gorgeous blend. You can even go back over with your liquid or cream blush brush and kind of tap over this area just to make it a little bit more prominent and stand out a wee bit more. Now, to set the areas that I applied concealer, I'm gonna go in with this loose powder from L'Oreal. This is their Infallible Blurfection powder. I have mine in the shade, this is Deep Pink. Now, this one, some girlies may be a little bit skeptical about, especially my full glam girls, because it is talc free, which I'm personally usually not a fan of talc free powders. I just don't find them as blurring as powders that have talc in them. But this one I did give a chance, and I actually do really like it, you guys. I'm not gonna say it's the best powder on the market. Personally, I don't think it is. I have so many other powders that I prefer more than this, but I do like this powder and I would use it as a drugstore powder. So I'm gonna show you guys how I use her. I'm gonna take my beauty sponge and blend out any creases I may have before I set my under eyes with this powder. I'm just gonna dip into the powder and then I'm gonna tap the rest or the excess on the back of my hand just so there's not too much of it on my puff. And I'm gonna go straight in with the powder puff and press the powder right directly underneath my eye. They do have other, I was gonna say flavors. They do have other shades as well of this powder. So if you're not a fan of like the pinky under eye look, they do have like regular shades as well. So you can check those out if you're not a pinky girly. I'm also gonna take this powder to set my eyelids as well as my eyebrows, just because I do like this area of my face to be matte. I do not like it to be dewy whatsoever. Here is how we are looking, guys. Like I said, it looks like a really nice powder. Even though it doesn't have talc, it still looks really good. I like it, you guys. Like I said, it's not like my favorite powder on earth. I'm not gonna sit here and cap to you guys and say it's the best powder I've ever tried. No, but it is a really great powder if you are looking for a drugstore or an affordable alternative. So why not try it out? I'm basically gonna set everywhere that I applied concealer. So y'all know I put it on my chin, I put it on my upper lip, I put it on the bridge of my nose as well as my forehead. Now we're gonna go in with arguably two of my most favorite drugstore base products. These are the Maybelline Fit Me Pressed Powders, you guys. I just love them, okay? I love them damn. I've been using these for so long, you guys, and if you watch any of my other tutorials, you would know that I damn near use these in every single one of them. I know, okay, I know. But they're a tried and true product in my everyday routine, so I had to add them in this drugstore routine as well. I'm gonna go in first with this one. This is the shade 355. I like to use this one because it's basically the same shade as my actual skin tone. So you see this area right here of my face where it's still dewy and I didn't set it with that L'Oreal powder. This is where this comes in handy because since it's the same color as my skin tone, I'm just gonna tap into it and then tap it right over the top of that dewy spot. That way it's not gonna be super pink in this area from the powder that I put underneath my eyes. It's gonna more so match the actual color of my skin tone. So yeah, I'm just gonna basically take this powder anywhere that I still have dewiness on my face that I want to be matte. And I love a all matte face. I'm not really into the dewy look unless I'm wearing like a no makeup look. But if I'm wearing a shit ton of makeup already, baby, that face is gonna be matte, that's for sure. And then I'm gonna go into the shade 230. Now this is the same Maybelline Fit Me Pressed Powder except in a very much so lighter shade. Now I like to take this one with the same puff I used with the L'Oreal powder. I like to go ahead and dig into her and then top off the excess, of course, but I'm gonna take this color and put it right in the very inner corners of my under eye. That way it gives me a little bit more brightness. Like I said earlier, if this isn't really your guys' thing, you do not have to have a super bright under eye. Personally, I'm a full glam girly, so I love the look of a bright under eye, but if it's not your thing, then feel free again to skip this step. But y'all know me, okay? So I'm gonna go full force. Yes, ma'am. But I do not take it like all the way underneath my eye, like a full bake, like a 2016 type of bake. I'm really just focusing it right in the inner corner, but I do tap a little bit of the excess out to the rest of my face just so we can have a nice blend. A bright under eye just gives that girl, like it just does. I feel like if you have a bright under eye, you have your life together. Like no shade, no shade, no tea, no shade. Like you just do, okay? I don't make the rules type shit. And I literally do not leave that bake on for long at all. Probably like 30 seconds to maybe 2 minutes at most. I do not keep it on long because it is a very, very bright color on me. So I don't want it to leave a super stark under eye, you know? Just something slight. Now we're moving on to one of my favorite parts, bronzer. I love me a good bronzer, you guys. I just feel like it warms up my face so much. I'm gonna go in with this bronzer right here. This one is from NYX. These are their buttermelt bronzers. I really like these because one, they smell hella good, but two, they are, like they say in the name, really buttery. They have that really nice blendability to them, and they're also really pigmented as well. So especially if you are of a darker complexion, you do not need to use much product at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap off the excess, and then I just like to tap the bronzer right here on my temples and then kind of swirl it out as well. I literally love this shade, you guys, and they just smell so good. And I'm basically placing this bronzer everywhere that I placed the e.l.f. liquid bronzer from earlier. Like I told you guys, adding that extra layer of powder on top of your creams is not only gonna add longevity, but it just looks better on the skin when you have that layer of creams underneath your powder. Trust me, y'all. Okay, try it out for yourself. You won't regret it. Next up is powder blush, and blush is what? Blush is life. Yes, that's correct. We're gonna go in with a couple powder blushes. One of my faves being this one from NYX. Again, NYX's Buttermelt line is Chef's Kiss. This is the Buttermelt blush in the shade Butter Than Before. It's a really pretty, like, I would say like a pomegranate dark berry type of color. I love using a dark blush first, just like I did with my liquid blushes. I use a darker one and then a lighter one next, just to make like a nice ombre effect on my cheeks. Now these are very, very pigmented, you guys, so you really do not need a lot of product, just like the bronzer. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna take it and just honestly tap it right here on my temples, same area that we put that liquid blush from earlier. Look how pretty that is, you guys. Blush just adds like a whole another dimension to your face. I don't know, it's so good. Oh my gosh, not my under eye literally watering at all. And then I'm gonna go in with this blush duo right here from Juvia's Place. This is the volume 4. I really like this one because it has a couple of shades in it and they come with really, really large pans. It has that darker like hot pink and then it has that lighter pink as well. So honestly, I'm just gonna mix the two just to make like a medium pink type of color. And then I really like to put it at like the forefront of my cheeks right here, just so it can kind of blend into the rest of that deeper NYX blush. I'm telling you guys, try this out for yourself. It is such a beautiful technique and your blush game will just never be the same. Okay, after this, it just won't. Now this step is optional, although I personally don't think it's optional for any makeup routine. I just don't have a pressed translucent powder from the drugstore, so I kind of have to use this for this step. But in all honesty, even though you can't get this at a drugstore, you have to get it on like Amazon or TikTok shop. It isn't that expensive. I think it might be on sale for like 19 or 20 bucks or something like that right now. But I'm telling you guys, it is worth the price. It does come with a lot of pressed translucent powder and also a puff underneath the component too. And it comes with a mirror. So like you're getting your money's worth, okay? I'm gonna go into this powder and I like to take it all over the area that I applied my blush just to kind of blur it together and make it look a lot more seamless. I try to show you guys this step in a lot of my videos because you never know, I may have new viewers watching who don't know about this technique that I do. But in all honesty, you could use any loose translucent powder you have either, or you can use a pressed translucent powder if you don't have this one. Literally any powder that doesn't have any color to it that would add like coverage to your skin should do. But as you guys can see, I just put the powder on this side of my cheek and the blush just looks a lot more blurred and kind of like coming from within. Obviously it still looks like makeup, but y'all know what I mean. It just looks a little bit more blended into my skin rather than this side. It just kind of looks like I have blush sitting on top of my skin. It makes a huge difference in your makeup game, trust. All right, y'all, we have a few more steps of this base routine. I'm gonna next go into some powder highlighter. If y'all watch my videos, I've been rocking with this so heavy for so many years. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighters. This one is in the shade, oh, it's on the front, Golden Flower Crown. Literally love her so much. As you guys can see, I've put a dent in her. Like, y'all, just look at this glow. Like, it's so good. Y'all know I love me a good glow. I rarely do makeup looks without highlighter, so this one is definitely one of my faves from the drugstore for sure. Also right here as well on my forehead, a little bit on my upper lip, my chin. And then I also like to take a little brush and I just put some on like the tip of my nose as well as the bridge, and then also on like the side tops of my nostril as well. I think that's really cute. And then I just take my fluffy blush brush and just blend it in. And last but not least, for this drugstore slash affordable base routine, we have to set our face in place. We ain't do all this hard work for nothing, child. I'm gonna go into two, of course. The first one I'm gonna take is from Morphe. This is their continuous setting mist. I have been a lover of this for so long. I haven't used it in a hot minute, but I know from past experience that it's so good. And then to lock everything in place, I'm gonna go into this spray from L'Oreal. This is their Infallible Setting Mist. Now this one is definitely a dupe for Miss One Size. So if you can't afford that one, then I would definitely get this one. This is a really good dupe and it lasts just as long in my opinion. And there you have it, you guys. This is my finished all drugstore slash affordable products base routine. What do we think? What do we think? You guys, I literally love this look. It is literally one of my favorite drugstore routines ever. All of these products I genuinely love. Y'all know I wouldn't recommend products to you guys if they didn't work on me or if I didn't think that they were good products in general. All of these products work really well together as well. And as you guys can see, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Like, would you believe if I told you all the products on my face are drugstore slash affordable? Like, would you really? And mostly all these products, I'm pretty sure all of these products you guys can get at Ulta Beauty. You can either get them online or in store. They do have a drugstore side to their store, so you guys obviously can shop the more affordable products. You don't have to always get high-end products to look this good. That just goes to show you don't need to spend hella coins to look like a baddie. Okay, a baddie on a budget is all you need. If you guys are not subscribed to my channel already, what are you doing? Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I do upload on here every single Sunday. Also, make sure y'all click that bell notification button so you're notified every single time I upload a brand new video. If you guys like this video, if you guys like like drugstore affordable makeup routines. So you give this video a big thumbs up, you guys. It helps out my channel so much. Also, like I mentioned earlier in the intro, there's a new button like called the hype button or some shit like that. Go ahead and hype up the video for me as well, please. Thank you. And also leave me a comment down below. Y'all know I don't bite. Don't forget to follow me on all of my other social media sites. I will have them all linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.